non-otaku.
Some of what this show is about is that there aren't a whole lot of opportunities to actually be a defender of justice or righteousness in the world today. It's really hard to be that kind of hero. And most people have to sort of make do with like a 9 to 5 that's not what they thought they wanted to be when they were growing up. And so I think some of the attraction of the show is that these are people who refused to let that dream die.
Welcome back to 2M Ottack. I'm your host Mayu, a born and raised Japanese non-otaku, and
I'm Cisco, an American otaku.
In this podcast, we share reviews of anime and manga through distinct perspectives with commentary on Japanese culture, history, and language. Cisco.
What's up?
So we've talked about
Tojima Tanzaburo Wants to be a Kamen Rider
before,
yes.
And we barely knew about original Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
I thought I knew a little bit because I have like a vivid memory of watching Kamen Rider and my brother mimicking being a Kamen Rider and everything, but it's way more deep in Kamen Rider world.
Deep?
I think.
Okay.
The more I learned about it, it's like it has like a meanings of it, or like no,
that's cool. Yeah, absolutely.
So we got a little bit of knowledge about Kamen Rider after we posted an episode. Because a lot of Kamen Rider fans, like a original, I don't know what to say, people who actually used to watch Kamen Rider in like a real time.
Yeah, Kamen Rider fans
commented and told us this is the answers to your questions.
Hell yeah. I didn't read any of them.
Yeah, okay, you didn't read. I did.
I don't really have any more knowledge than before.
So I feel like I got a little bit knowledge about Kamen Rider. But even though you don't have any knowledge about Kamen Rider, you can still enjoy this anime.
That's so true.
Right?
Yes.
Because you actually enjoy it.
I think this anime is great. Yeah.
Just recently, we recorded 3M Ottack with Kamen Rider fan, aka my brother, and he was so great.
He was like educating us about Kamen Rider and the many different incarnations of Kamen Rider that exist.
Yeah, so we can include some of the information we got from him.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it today.
Great.
Before we start, we'd like to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, questions, or even suggestions for what we should talk about. Email us using the address in the description, or you can use the Spotify or YouTube comment sections. All right, so we've watched until episode 12.
That's right.
And it's been so fun to watch.
It's very entertaining.
What's been so attractive about this anime for you?
Well, I was going to save this, but I think I'll just say it here at the outset. I think one of the things I like a lot about this anime is that it reminds me of Nitengo Jigen. What's the name of this anime in English again?
2.5 dimensional seduction.
2.5 dimensional seduction. I don't really love the seduction part, but whatever. It reminds me of that anime in the best way possible, which is to say, it's fundamentally a show about loving something and the way that that brings you into community with other people who feel the same way, which is something that anime has done throughout my life. And so seeing that experience recreated by these shows has been sort of fulfilling and nice for me. And it gives otaku an opportunity to laugh at ourselves because of how fundamentally ridiculous we are, and also celebrates the fact that, our bonding over these shows that we really passionately love can be an awesome sort of force for good.
I'm not that otaku for anime and this stuff. I'm otaku for other stuff like baking, but not what?
Sorry, I just pictured you baking, being like, baking. That would be so awesome.
So from my perspectives, those people are totally chunibyo.
Yes.
To me, because they're all full grown up people.
Yes.
And then they still want like heroes.
They want to be heroes.
They want to be heroes, and they pretend. No, they are heroes, I think, in their minds.
I mean, I think they're heroes in the real world too. They stopped robberies and stuff.
That's true. That's true. But
they're
like
fighting like actual like mutants and stuff.
To me, it's like, I don't know how to say this.
I believe you mean nerdy?
Nerdy, but I don't know if I want to get involved in the group.
I do. I want to be in their friend group.
I can't. I think I would offend them.
You would.
Yeah,
you would offend
right?
them. Yes.
Yeah, I would laugh at something that they were totally serious.
I mean, I don't think they're even that bothered by that.
But like to me, like, you know, distance, like just watching them is just the right amount distance for me. At the same time, watching them, I'm just happy that they're happy.
Right.
Because like they get them, you know, they get each other.
They do get each other.
They have the same idea and they have the same passion. Who is the number one?
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
so passionate.
Yeah.
And then like after the like fight or whatever, they go drinking.
That part is definitely different from most other shows where it shows them having a good time, like I said, in community.
Yeah.
After their moments of drama.
What was interesting about my brother, who has been a huge Kamen Rider fan, was he thought it didn't have to be Kamen Rider.
Yeah, I think the desire to be a hero is really strong for lots of people. I don't think it's limited to fans of Kamen Rider, you know? I think, especially when you're young, there's a huge attraction towards being a Seigi no Mikata, right? A defender of justice or of righteousness, right? And standing up to protect the weak and being like brave and strong and all these things that you're not when you're little, but that you want to be when you're older. And I think some of what this show is about is that there aren't a whole lot of opportunities to actually be a defender of justice or righteousness in the world today. It's really hard to be that kind of hero. And most people have to sort of make do with like a 9-to-5 that's not what they thought they wanted to be when they were growing up. And so I think some of the attraction of the show is that these are people who refused to let that dream die and instead worked really hard towards becoming heroes and are heroes because they are in a world where those other sort of bad things exist. But I think especially in the very beginning when he's just stopping, you know, guys from getting his stand at a festival destroyed, right? That's something that anybody could do and that would be heroic if you did it. So I think your brother's point was that it doesn't need to be Kamen Rider, right? There's lots of people who want this experience or who dream of having this experience of getting to be a hero, whether it's a specifically Kamen Rider hero or a different type of hero or, you know, I think in America, Marvel or whatever. And I think people who are really into sort of like D&D or LARPing are in kind of the same boat, right? Of like wishing they could be something greater than what this world allows.
Yeah. He was making a point that the reason Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider is not to save people.
That it's like very purely for himself. Yeah, he does make that point that he's not really about trying to save people. He's about getting to be in that role that he always wanted to be in.
So I thought that was like a clear point, and then it was kind of obvious.
I mean, I think your brother's point about he doesn't necessarily want to save people. He just wants to fight Shocker. He just wants to get to be this hero that he dreamed of. Also is maybe against what I was just saying earlier, but makes the point that he's very pure in terms of his desire to get to like live in that world or be this person that he's dreamed of being, as opposed to just being a general do-gooder, right? He's not like, oh, well, you know, there aren't any real shockers, so I'll study like environmental law and like help people that way. He's like, no, I really want to be Kamen Rider and fight, you know, do a rider punch against somebody who's bad. I don't really know what to make of that. I can't really spin that into a bigger narrative other than, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, it still has that idea of like not letting go of your dream and wanting to pursue it, even if it's something that's not really possible. And I think plenty of otaku kind of do that, right? Acknowledge that it's not really possible and yet want to get as close to it as we can anyway.
So like you noticed something about the enemy Shocker, about their symbols or how they salute.
Yeah. So one, they have these giant belt buckles that have like, I think a globe, right? And an eagle on top of it. And so the eagle is used a lot in Nazi iconography, and the fact that they're sort of wearing all black, right? Sort of really, I guess the black shirts were technically the Italian fascists, not the Nazis were the brown shirts, and nobody's wearing brown. But they have some, they also do like essentially a Zigheil when they change into their shocker form, right? They go ee and like do this weird salute. Yes, so they're definitely borrowing Nazi iconography. And I mean, notionally, the eagle goes back to the Romans, right? That's the Nazis using it because they're the Third Reich or the Third Rome. But that was in there. And so I was like, oh, are they trying intentionally to be Nazis? They're Zigheiling, they've got eagles. And the answer is yes. They are intentionally trying to be like the Nazis. That's an influence on the original. So that was cool to be borne out by people who actually know what they're talking about and be like, yep, it is. It's intentionally borrowing from the Nazis. And Nazis are always pretty solid bad guys. It's kind of interesting that this show has at least one person who's in Shocker who sort of turns and decides not to be in it anymore. And at least one other person who's not in it originally, who's like, I've always wanted to be in Shocker. It's one thing to want to be in Shocker. It's a different thing. If we're really taking the Nazi thing farther, it's like, that's pretty disturbing. Right. Although I guess their only real point of connection is like world domination and human experimentation, right? Both pretty disturbing things.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So that is apparently a real influence on the show.
So there are like many interesting characters in the show.
Yes.
Who's your favorite?
I think I got to go with the original Kamen Rider, Tojima Tanzaburo, because I'm old and so is he. And so I relate to him on that level.
He's the oldest.
He also has the best Rider punch. And I like also relate to that in some way.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I like Mitsuba.
Interesting. Rider Man.
Rider Man. I don't know anything about Rider Man, but he does Aikido, which I think cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, it's not like punch or kick. Like, he uses techniques to like dodge, or I don't know how you can really attack enemies, but like the way he does, I really like it. And he and his girlfriend, Yukarisu, they are funny together.
She's really over the top.
She's over the top. Her voice, Yukari's voice is by the same person as Power from Chainsaw Man.
Yeah,
and you can really, you can tell. Yeah,
fair.
But like, I love the couple. I mean, everyone is really funny.
Yeah.
And then now we are about to see what's up with Ichio and Mitsuba's sister. Who's really strong.
Ichio is the sister.
No, she's Futaba. Her name is Futaba.
Got it. So that's why the bar is named that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So I'm looking forward to find out more about her. Because like she was always like fed up with like her brothers trying to be Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
And she was bullied or something at school because of the brothers.
Yeah, because they were such nerds, essentially.
Yeah. But like, it looks like she's hiding something.
She's going to be a Kamen Rider too.
I don't know. But like, she's so strong.
Yeah.
So maybe she has some like her own thing, or she can be part of the group, or
it's going to be part of that Pink Tiger thing.
Yeah,
that's definitely going to be her. Has this show made you want to watch an original Kamen Rider?
That's a really good question. I feel kind of pressure receiving comments from other Kamen Rider fans.
Yeah.
Like, because like some people like recommend it, like you should really watch this.
Right.
Right. Thank you. I don't know. There are so many, right? There's so many different kinds of Kamen Rider.
There's a lot of Kamen Riders, yeah.
And I've watched some of the Showa era Kamen Riders, but I can't tell which one is which. Maybe I'm down to watch the one that my brother recommended, Kamen Rider Kuga.
Cougar?
Kuga. Cougar.
Is it a cougar though, or not?
It's not Cougar. It's a guy.
Just Kuga.
Kuga. I don't know how to spell Kuga.
Are you sure it's not cougar? Because it really sounds like it. If there's a pink tiger in it, then it's definitely a cougar, especially if it's an older woman. Yeah. Is there like a puma theme though? I'm not going to be able to not hear it as cougar.
No, I think it looks like a regular Kamen Rider.
Okay, whatever. I'm down to see that too.
Because like I remember watching parts of it when my brother was watching, and it was so different from the other Kamen Rider in the past that I used to watch. The one I used to watch was definitely for little kids, like a lots of fighting. Like it's all, the story is kind of the same, like a superhero
Sure.
patterns. There's like somebody need help, like got kidnapped or caught by a shocker or something, and the Kamen Rider helps, and then he always wins.
Yeah.
That was a pattern. But Kamen Rider Kuga looked like a regular TV drama, and it has a structure, and I don't think each episode ends with a story. Like it's continuous.
Not episodic, yeah.
It's series of the thing. So the actor who did the Kuga became really, really popular and famous. And after a while, whoever get the role for Kamen Rider, like they become like serious actors on TV and this stuff. Yeah. So I'm down to watch that one, and like Odagirijo too. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean, I think I'm curious about the original Kamen Rider because I guess when I was like a little kid, I saw the original Batman TV show with Adam West, and it's very campy and it's kind of silly. And I think it has some things in common with like tokusatsu in general. And I guess I watched a couple of episodes of Power Rangers at some point, but Power Rangers was a weird show because they reshot all of the sequences where they're not fighting anybody with like white actors. Do you not know about this?
No.
So I don't know what Power Rangers was called in Japan. It might have been called Power Rangers for
Power
all I know.
Ranger, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
but there's like 5 of them, right? Well, when they're in costume, you can't see any of their skin at all. So they used all the action sequences from the Japanese show. But then for all the other sequences where they're not in the battle suits, they reshot those parts with like white actors in like America. Anyway, I think like it's not like I've never seen any tokusatsu, but I haven't seen a lot of it, and I definitely don't know anything about Kamen Rider. And so I think like going back to the original for me would be the most interesting, to be like, what exactly was this genre like, and why did this become like the beginning of this enormously long series? And I mean, it might be that, at the time it was like a viable IP, and so they just continued making more series of it, and then it naturally transformed, which I guess is sort of what happened with Batman, right? The original Batman comics are kind of one thing. The Adam West TV show is something totally different entirely, and then like you can't even really compare that to like the later Batman movies. So maybe it's something like that, but I'm interested in seeing the original just to get a better sense of it, or in watching, I guess, Stronger, the one that Tackle's in, because I like Tackle as a character a lot.
Do you want to talk about the music?
Yeah, the music is great. I had like mixed feelings about Teddy Lloyd because it feels like Teddy Lloyd just makes literally everything now. But the Genosha theme songs like really grew on me. And then this theme songs are great. Like the Kamen Rider music is really good. And so now I think I might be kind of a Teddy Lloyd fan. But no, I mean, this opening and ending are both really, really good. And the long versions of the songs are just as good as the opening and ending theme song versions. So yeah, I'm digging them.
All right.
And I think like the ending theme song in particular has like a real throwback kind of funk feeling to it. Like it sounds kind of, it would be 80s in Japan, but like it sounds kind of 70s in America. And yeah, I like it. I think it's fire.
Let's do today's word of the day.
Okay.
Ottack, word of the day.
What is today's word of the day?
Well, we already did like several of them basically during the episode. I'll throw this one in too, just in case. So seigi means righteousness or justice. And in both anime and this kind of show, well, I don't know whether it's talked about in like live action shows to quite the same degree, but in anime, there's a lot of like seigi no mikata. And it means being someone who stands up for the weak, right? Sort of like a knight, honestly. And I don't really know that there's a equivalent term in English, like defender of justice or warrior of righteousness or something like that is a good translation. But I feel like seigi no mikata just means hero in some significant way in Japan. But you got to be a hero who's standing up for the right things. So that's a term that you'll hear a lot. And it's a thing that I think more people should aspire to. That's all I got.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to add?
If you happen to be an English speaker and also know a lot about Kamen Rider, we'd love to hear from you. And I'm sorry for anything we got wrong. That's all.
I think there were Kamen Rider in America too. They made a Kamen Rider in America.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
When?
2000 or something. I can't remember the exact year, but I got comment from subscriber.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't go.
It just wasn't a hit?
It wasn't a hit.
Interesting.
But they acted it, like, people here
Huh.
acted it and
Uh-huh.
then made a Kamen Rider series.
Okay, I think I want to see that one.
Yeah.
That sounds really interesting to me.
Yeah, I wonder why it didn't become successful.
I think they may not have been sure who they were pitching it to at that point, but that sounds fascinating.
Yeah. I guess that's it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you liked it, please leave us a good review wherever you heard it, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or if you're listening on YouTube, please hit like and leave a comment. Make sure to subscribe and follow 2AM Ottack and 3AM Ottack. It will encourage us to keep making more fun episodes. See you next time for more 2AM Ottack.
Peace.